Hey everyone, my name is Simpzy. How you all doing? Welcome back to some more Hearts of Iron 4 Millennium Dawn Modern Day Mod here today on the channel. We're back on 1.9. We're going to be starting a brand new series here today as Poland. So, if you like the sound of that, feel free to leave the video a like and subscribe if you're new. I'd really much appreciate it. So we're playing as Duda in 2017. Also, by the way, the 2017 start date is far superior than the early 2000. You guys are tripping, or it's a cope. There's no way that the 2000 start date is better than 17. Or maybe you guys are a bunch of boomers, I don't know. Want to go back to the early 2000s. Settings-wise, we're going to keep everything on default, except for we're going to disable the EU and NATO, because it makes the game a little bit more free-flowing, and that doesn't make NATO overpowered, essentially, and brick the game. So let's load on in. So let me know in the comments where you'd like me to expand and conquer. And feedback and suggestions as always. So I think initially we want to try and rebuild the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth and build Poland back up to its historic imperial height, where they had like the Baltic, little bits of Ukraine here, Lvov. We'll try and like take Lviv. We might even go after Belarus as well, but that's easier said than done. I haven't figured out how to disable CSTO, because I would do that as well, but whatever. The Axis and CSTO are here. Alright, so January 1st, 2017. Let's see what we're working with. So, Duda's in charge. We are a Christian nation. A very Christian nation, actually. Okay. So, stable growth. Let's drop that to fast. 4% on the corruption scale. Really? Okay. I thought it would be a lot higher than that. Maybe a 6 or a 5 or a 6. Alright, let's drop down to modest. International bankers, the clergy and the farmers influence Poland's internal politics. We have a large civil base. Small military spending. We can probably at least bump that up to medium. High police. Oh, okay, so it's not like extensive. Free, basic, substantial. Okay, so wow, why is our economy just doing really bad? Actually, our corporate tax rate's only at 19. We could really jump that up. Same with the population. We can put at least a 28. And maybe even put the corporate up as well. Which will cost political power. Okay, so we're semi-consumption. Volunteer force. Really? I'm learning about Poland here. They're not partial draft. Well, there's like a conscription. Right, okay. Interesting, interesting. Alright, what decisions have we got here? Nothing overly specific to Poland itself. There's none of these international recognitions, which are probably going to help us. We could move our embassy to Jerusalem. We'll do that. That's probably not a bad idea. Alright, so let's get the Polish intelligence agency in. Oh my god, we've only got 2 lines. Yikes. So what have we even got? So we currently produce the FB MSB Grot, and then we can get various other small arms. We've got some night vision proficiency. Vehicles wise, the Tumak. We've got some, at the moment, a lot of post-Cold War vehicles that we'll look to send out. We might even try and negotiate with Korea to get some equipment and material, as in real life. We signed some agreements with them. That would be sensible and realistic. Alright, what do we got here? The Khmer. So, we can't produce our own. Oh, that would be vital, actually. If we're coming up against CSTO and a lot of heavy armor, getting our own production of anti-tank Carl Gustaf M3s would be vital, actually. Because these things really pack a punch. Look at that, hard breakthrough. Yeah, I kind of want to do that. Like, it actually might be imperative to do so. That's going to shred through any Soviet tanks we come up against. That's probably like, that's actually really vital. Okay, Navy-wise, I have no idea. Air Force, we've probably got like access to really good tech. But we probably don't have our own decent production. And we need to grow our base as well. We are playing on 1.9, so there's a lot of energy infrastructure we need to keep an eye on. Construction speed, factory output, and dockyard. Let's go with inorganic fibers. Recruitment and deployment. How many divisions do we have? 9 18. Oh, wow. I thought Poland would have had a lot more than that. Potentially. Alright, so let's have a look at some of these divisions. Nothing too crazy. Alright, so let's start recruiting. Get one of everything. And we'll chuck them into the capital. But already, as you can see, Poland have custom unit models in this, which is fan-bloody-tastic, if I do say so myself. Right. Let's have a look at our international market. Nothing here now. Trade. Alright, so we currently have a surplus of 4 fossil fuels, 7 extracting, 2 light, no rubber, no tech. So we're really going to be relying on a lot of external imports. Okay. Construction-wise, we're currently totaling 18 gigawatts. I imagine we don't really have our own nuclear sect. Maybe we should go with heavy additional consumption. That puts it up quite a bit though. Yeah, we don't have the energy infrastructure just yet. Going with heavy additional consumption was vital in our French campaign, so we might look to go with this. At the moment, we've actually got a decent amount of civilian factories. I'm actually impressed. 18, 14 there. Maybe we go with an office sector first, depending on our production, which is 7 military factories, which is not as much as I would like. So let's go with an office sector, and yeah, I guess we try and get one in. It's not going to be complete ever. Yikes. Okay, so maybe we need to start off increasing our civilian capacity then. Alright, production. Let's start off with getting our small arms in. And let's start off with just trying to get one of everything. Okay, we're going to slowly but surely start building a stockpile. Once we start conquering and annexing territory, we're going to be able to get more equipment in. Alright, logistics-wise, what are we working with? 1.4k battle tanks, 1k armored personnel, 1k IVFs. Whoa. 37,000 small arms. That is a significant amount. Population's quite small at 34, but when we start annexing, we should be able to get more. Okay. So it looks like we're probably... Yeah, I was going to say, we could just equip everyone with a rifle, but we just don't have the manpower. And then, like, this stuff is sort of not really useful playing as a small faction like Poland. Alright, so 10 armored, 2 light. We've only got 1 battle tank division. We'll wait for that to fill on out, of course. Okay. 1 light assault. Got some special forces as well. Alright, let's have a look at the Navy. So at the moment, we have 2 frigates, 5 attack subs, 5 corvettes, which is a lot more than what I was sort of anticipating. I thought we probably wouldn't have had a navy at all, but I guess we sort of need to protect our territory bordering the Baltic, as we do border the Russians in the Kaliningrad Oblast / Enclave. Air Force wise, what can we drop instantly? 12 Iskras, 35 light, 22 MiG Fulcrums, that's cool. 25 MiG-23s, so they're pretty underrated. Oh wow, we've got a whopping 142 MiG-21s. So a lot of post-Soviet craft, which is nice. Okay, and Navy-wise, we're going to focus on getting attack subs eventually. So instantly we need to get more trade. We want to try and stay in the America's good graces. Maybe we negotiate with like India and something here as well. Try and get a little bit of everything. Talk to Australia. And then we'll try and get stuff from Germany. Oh, we're not going to get all those goods in. Unfortunately, we're going to build more civvies. Okay, so let's have a look at our national focus. I didn't even look at this. It's probably absolutely massive. Whoa. Huge. Absolutely huge tree. Oh my god. Where do I even start? Where do I begin with? I don't know. I'm going to have a bit of a look. Well, this actually might not be a bad idea. Support weapons. Get a research bonus. So we might actually get a research bonus on that Carl Gustav equipment that we were wanting. Alright, so we're currently 80% Western Outlook as well. The PIS. The PO. We could actually maybe request some stuff from... what do we need more of? Probably tanks. It's a shame we can't negotiate with Korea here. That would be more sensible and realistic. So maybe we try and bring in some Leopard A2s. Let's try and bring in some Challengers and the M1 Abrams. Last time we brought in Pattons, Leopard 1s, and Centurions in the French campaign. We might be a little bit more on the front foot and get more in. We don't need rifles. So we'll get the bigger and heavier tanks coming in. We can't release anyone, can we? No. I was just curious more or less for myself. And we've got some traits that we can start dishing out. So let's drop some of these. Rightio then. Well, let's make plans and preparations to start chipping away against some of our neighbors. So I think naturally going towards the belligerent Baltic states is the play. Bringing Lithuania, Estonia, and Latvia directly under our control. Taking Lithuania, of course, so we can form the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. Then we'll look to potentially go into the German, Ukrainian, French sphere of influence as well. In this alternative timeline, of course, Poland never became a member of NATO, the Northern Atlantic Treaty Alliance, in 1999. So we can't rely on the security, defense, and cooperation of those other former NATO members. Okay, so a lot of factions want to trade with us, which is nice. We can send our Polish workers overseas to some extent. We might even try and get down our national debt. Alright, looking good. Alright, let's declare war upon Lithuania then. And we'll bring Vilnius back under our direct control. Let's go. I'm curious to see how big of a military they have. We'll get our navy to do convoy raiding. And we might even move it slightly a little bit north as well. Air Force, get it to operate over the top. And let's go. We're engaging one Lithuanian division on the border. Is our Polish special forces going in? We're doing really well. Poland strong. Belgium. No, I'm not going to sign a non-aggression pact. Poroshenko, no thank you. Oh, Britain secedes the Falklands. Really? Argentina have taken it. Huh. Let's move to Vilnius and take it. The Baltic Belarusian airspace. Okay. They're about to capitulate. I didn't think they'd have much of a fight. Only got 2 to 5 divisions against our 18. Polish supremacy is going to win on out. The Polish Combined Armed Forces have taken the country. And we're going to full-on annex it and core it as a part of our state. We're essentially going to make a greater Poland in this series, as we don't have much military or factories. We want to try and get those really high-yield military and office sectors. We're going to continue with our conquest of the Baltic, and we're going to simultaneously declare war upon Latvia and Estonia. So once we push on through, we're going to try and go all the way to the top. And then hopefully that's all of the Baltic directly under our control. Although these nations are small, they have incredibly sophisticated military and civilian factories. Oh my god, we're nearly at Riga. Seems like Lithuania actually had more of a military than these two combined. Okay, our manpower is sitting at 94k. We will have to be a little bit careful, as realistically and in real life, Poland has suspended conscription and relies on a professional military nowadays. But I think even in real life, they have been talking about potentially reintroducing conscription again. Riga has now fallen. Nice. And we can take all of Latvia. No navy though. And now we just need to take on and try and get Estonia. We are moving dangerously close now to the Russian sphere of influence. Super snowy now. Our units, equipment and military material might freeze on over. Russia wants to invest. We're going to accept. Our navy isn't really doing much. Our air support is dominating as well. Not doing anything. They need to be on close air at least. Okay, there's 2 units there. 3 now. Fuel hasn't become an issue just yet, but we will get to a stage where a lot of nations aren't going to like me. Oh, okay, we're going to be able to stretch them here, and they'll start to embargo us. Okay, let's try and get over to those little islands. There's like 2 little islands off Estonia. I didn't even know that. Never been. Okay, I don't know. Nice. We've lost 35 Poles. A measly number. Thankfully, due to our army modernization, our armed forces are incredibly well equipped with new equipment, jets, helicopters, and other military hardware. We've managed to roll over the Baltic states incredibly quickly. And now we need to probably look for a bigger prize. But this is what Poland currently occupies. Okay, so we can actually negotiate with the United States to get a package of fulcrums there. So we might try and get some. It's always good getting better air power, and Germany wants to invest. We can probably try and upgrade our office sector in Krakow, which will give us more additional money. And we'll stop importing just to see if, now that we've taken a lot of territory and caught it, there might be some industry there. Alright, so fair few options to go. Germany, Czech Republic, Slovakia, Ukraine, eventually Russia and CSTO. But I think we'll make plans and preparations to bring the Czech Republic directly under our control. We could even declare war upon Slovakia at the same time, just to speed things up and make things a little bit more challenging. Alright, so we're going to declare war upon the Czech Republic. And we're going to go straight up for Slovakia as well. And just to make things a little bit more difficult. So let's see. Oh wait, why is it not? Why can't I just make a full-on front line? Hang on, there we go. Do they need to be both called in? What? I'm at war with both of them. Why can't I just draw a front line all the way through? Alright, I guess we start off with the Czech Republic. This is our core territory, a little bit weird. Maybe try... What? Oh, okay, hang on. Bear with me. The front line's stuffing up. There we go, that's a bit better. And now we can make a front line and push from all directions. Oh my god. Little bit of miscommunication. But now we're moving into Central Europe. Okay, let's get more artillery from the US as we continue to expand Poland's sphere of influence. So once we take the Czech Republic and Slovakia, we're going to be able to commit more GDP to defense. And we might even be able to form our own faction for the first time. Or maybe we should puppet someone else, because I kind of want to core this territory. We're not at a stage yet where we're strong enough on our own. And we can like rely on puppets and their base. Alright, looks like our early military exercises have worked incredibly well. We have prepared this Polish army. Alright, so let's annex the Czech Republic. Look at this. And we'll do the same with Slovakia. Nice. Look at this massive behemoth of a Polish state. We're dominating. We're bullying the surrounding states, and Duda is going on an absolute tirade. So we've buffed up our civilian and military sect quite a bit. We're going to continue on, and I think we go after Hungary now. Hungary's pretty far south, some of that territory in the Balkans. So what I'm going to do is I might annex some of what you would consider like northern Hungary. And then I might puppet. And then we can make the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth Alliance. So move on the Air Force. We're not going to need the Navy, of course. But man, Polish military history is so rich. There's so many events. I really like the Polish army. The Battle of Warsaw in the 20s was crazy. Even their foreign volunteers after they were annexed in World War II. It's just really tough geopolitics for Poland, being conquered and annexed by so many various states. Mercenaries in Napoleon's army. Really cool. Alright, so our energy's getting a little bit iffy now, so that's something to keep an eye on. Oh, yes, we probably can talk to the US for some reactor tech. I'm surprised we haven't even taken any reactors from these various states. For some reason we don't have an army commander, which is a bit weird, but whatever. Okay, well, let's declare war upon Hungary and take Budapest. This is probably going to be one of our first major challenges. Oh no, they're only going to do 2 to 4 as well. Man, some of these divisions are nowhere near as big as our own. So, Hungary's about to fall as well. We've taken their capital. Okay, so Belgium's not happy. Damascus has fallen. Nice. So they've capitulated. So, yeah, right. So I think we're going to puppet them. So they've only got 4 states. So can I take... So I can actually control Budapest. So I might do that. So let's take Hungary. How does that look? Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. And then we'll puppet the rest. So then we can force them to make a faction with us. One of the best ways in Hearts of Iron 4 to make a faction is to puppet someone. So I suppose it's time to now form the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. What would we call it else? I guess you could call it the Mesmors, the Eastern Bloc. Wasn't there one called like the Central Concordat or something? I can't remember. So, is this enough characters? I think so. Nice. So, yeah, there it is. The Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. Stretching from Hungary to Estonia. Us Eastern Europeans need to stand together. Okay. So, I suppose we go after Ukraine. We want to try and liberate those Western territories that the Soviets took from us. We want our ancient city of Lvov back. We want to take Lviv. So let's move over there. And then we're going to take probably a decent chunk. And then I guess we can annex the rest. Now this is going to be a major challenge because they have probably the largest military now in Eastern Europe. Our army has experience, but this is going to be a real big test. And they know what's coming. This is the second time the Ukrainian president has asked for peace. Okay, so January 2017. Let's continue to try and form Greater Poland. I don't really know what our navy's going to do. Can they even get to the Black Sea, or are we better off just basing them there? They are focusing on the far eastern separatist border disputes, of course. Oh, actually, we should do this. We should continue to expand our research slots. Okay. Germany is continuing to invest. We actually control Budapest, Prague, which is really nice. Okay, we're starting to make some money, so we can drop that a bit. Okay. Yikes, those guys doing crazy stuff still. Oh, we probably could, invest in our Polish territorial defense. That's not a bad idea. And that gives us 3 infantry divisions. You can strengthen the eastern and western border. I suppose that will anger some nations potentially. Interesting. Alright, we'll try and get more units on the border. Yeah, let's just try and train as many of them as we can. We got nearly 40 divisions. If we can get somewhere to about 50, that should be good. But we are going to be surprise attacking them pretty early on. Alright, so the United States is trying to improve relations. Let's declare war upon the Ukraine. Alright, let's go. Let's see how they react. Are we gonna... Why isn't my Air Force coming? He's gonna try and flood over the border. The peninsula is not under their control. Finally, we can produce our own Carl Gustavs. That's gonna really help us out now that we're coming up against proper post-Soviet equipment. They are really exposed, those T-90 tanks, to that Swedish anti-tank equipment. Okay, so we have air support over the top. Russia wants to invest. That's good. Okay. We can drop some of this. We're starting to take some territory. But they are slowly moving more troops back over to that western border. We've lost 300 now, which is going to be our biggest for the war. The wars we've had. Still pushing upon our initial claims. Our air force is currently dominating them over the west and half of their country. Okay. This is our first real major test. They're putting up some fierce resistance. At this stage in 2017, they are probably, like, compared to 2014, this 14 to 17 year gap, they actually probably have a pretty decent stockpile of Western / NATO equipment. Oh, we can actually just like annex the East. Interesting. And we can call an armistice now. Huh. Poland conquers disputed territories. No, we want the lot. So we're going down the path of terror. Okay. So now that our army's actually engaging in a full-on land battle, we're actually gaining quite nice experience, like doctrine-wise. And, oh, so although Hungary can't produce any of those divisions, they've actually bought a Blackwater division, which is fully equipped with American equipment. We'll use that. I've noticed that as well. Sometimes when you pop it, it takes quite some time for the AI to start ramping up its production again. So they sometimes just have heaps of money spare, so they just get more units in. Oh, wow. So they actually have 30 to 40. So this is actually a bit of a stalemate. Oh, wow. They're actually... I think the units have been upgraded visually. I can't remember in the previous 1.9 update their units operating with a yellow armband. Okay, we're winning on the borders there, but now that... Oh, wow. The Ukrainian Air Force has swung back, and their aviation, believe it or not, is actually dominating us. It's actually doing better than our own. Yikes. We have taken 4 or 5 tiles, though. Our fuel's going to be an issue. The Americans are going to give us fuel, though. By the look of it. Okay, that's fixed things. Lviv and some of that Western territory is now fully under Polish occupation. The Hungarian Air Force will be able to help us as well. Wow, so we are losing the air battle over the skies, which is probably what's slowing us down. They are starting to entrench a bit. So we're going to annex at least half of the country, and I guess we'll just puppet the rest. My, they have a lot of divisions there. Yikers. Alright, we're only 3 tiles away from Kiev. Our fuel's a little bit back and forth. Could be better. Nice. We've got some tank divisions coming fresh off the press. From Warsaw. We're starting to gain a lot of military factories here. We've actually lost 4,000 to their 17k. Okay, that's significant. Oh, I think this is some of the other power plants. That's another thing, is we can probably core a lot of their nuclear reactors and stuff. Chernobyl, Zaporizhia, whatnot. Okay, so their capital has fallen. And it's only going to be a matter of time. They've rerouted the governorship to Sumy. Okay, so we've split them there now. That to liberate her son. 31k 6. Okay, got a little bit scary there when their aviation and air force was dominating us, but we've managed to swing it around. Nice. Now, thankfully, we don't have to push into Crimea, or that could be an issue. We've got a push here we need to fix. Hang on. How have they not capitulated? They've lost 37k. Right, let's, I don't want to send the full army around, but we need at least a couple of divisions because they've retaken Odessa. So, let's... pop you down here. And try and retake the maritime headquarters. Sumy's now fallen. And nice, they've finally capitulated. Oh my. Alright, that was a fascinating war. we've managed to prevail, and oh my god, the Japanese have re-elected the Democratic Party. Nice. Well, oh, okay. So we only can liberate Novorossiysk. We're gonna occupy a lot of this eastern territory. Core it. Some of it we used to own, so I think we want something like... I want to give that to Hungary, because there's a small Hungarian diaspora like on that border as well. No, I think that's enough. Alright, no, I don't want to satellite New Russia. That's a bit weird. Do I want down the coast? How about... I kind of want Odessa. Like, I kind of want a Black Sea port under our control. We can give some territory back to Romania. Or we can give it to these guys. No. I think what I'll do... No, I don't want to give any of it to Romania. I think I want to take this territory. Does that make it look... Because I want to core the Black Sea territory. I want to control that. If I can put my navy there. Alright, that doesn't look as weird. And then I want to... puppet the rest. I could take their capital, but I don't think I will. Because it might hamper their production. So we'll just puppet the rest, and we'll acquire. We'll commandeer the Ukrainian navy, as it were. Italy wants to invest in the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. Great. Good of them. And this is what we currently control. So those far eastern oblasts aren't in CSTO yet, okay. But we're in a really good chance now. We've managed to take 2 ships from the Ukrainians. Nice. Alright, well, we can probably look to potentially go after another smaller state. We're in a really good position now. That was one of our major tests going into the east. Oh, yeah, so you actually can get South Korean investment. Oh, that's really cool. That's sensible and realistic. But unfortunately, a lot of these nations don't have much influence and sway over us, so I don't know if we're going to be able to get any of those deals over the line, unfortunately. Alright, where to go? Where to go? Austria... Germany, Romania, I think it's probably the play. So let's go there. Oh, we can actually push from the Hungarian border. Hilarious. And we'll go and secure this territory. Do I have any ambition to go into the Balkans? Maybe, maybe not. Liberate Austria-Hungary. Alright, let's move around. This shouldn't take too much longer. Oh, we actually border them on that Odessa border. Japan has embargoed us. Uh-oh. How are we going to import our anime? Shame. Okay. Maritime doctrine, nice. Dockyards free. We've got a really nice amount of civilian factories now. We can convert those to military, and we got some free dockyards, so let's put subs once we get them eventually. They can go straight into this armada. So we're basically trying to build up a big enough coalition to eventually go against Russia and CSTO. We can go with economic boom now. Corruption's being reduced as we now move into a year after starting this campaign. January 1st, 2018. Iraq joins the Axis of Resistance. Interesting. They are now forming a faction. And we have nearly 50 divisions. 48, which is a nice amount. Let's drop some of these traits into our leadership brass. And this is what we currently occupy. Let's declare war upon Romania and bring them into the alliance. They wouldn't come peacefully, so they're going to be brought in by force. Here is just a visual outer look of how big our great glorious nation is. Let's make sure we get some metals from Russia. We're going to be moving into Romania now, with Hungary and Ukraine helping us out. Pushing for Bucharest. Oh wow, China's at war. I wonder if that's going to complicate things. We are using Chaos AI, of course. And the world tension is sitting at 100%. Oh, we can actually see forces on the border there. Maybe our satellite technology is slightly upgraded. Got another 7 more divisions dropped. Let's bring them over. And make sure we get one of everything. But we might be at a stage where we can just focus on getting more rifles. Oh, the DPR is actually justifying against us. Well, thankfully they're not in CSTO, but if war breaks out, we might need to incorporate that separatist territory back into our puppet. Okay. They're doing an epic last stand here. The Romanians, they're trying to hold on to Bucharest. Thankfully for me, it's fallen. Nice. Okay, so do I want that Romanian coastal territory? And some of the north? Maybe those 2 states in the north. Get a Transylvanian holiday house and then continue on the coast, maybe? Yeah, I want to take that and then we'll landlock them. We'll control all navigation up the Danube and we'll puppet that. So Romania can be a state as well. Have a bit of a buffer zone. And then we can steal and commandeer their navy. I guess we'll give them a bailout. Yikes. Alright, so we're really nice and chunky now. Moldova's there. But they're probably nearly too much of a tiny and small state to really worry about. Okay, so we will need to continue and keep an eye upon them. And we are going to be able to request some military forces soon at some point. I don't know why they use that Tyson Fury picture. It always gets me. Alright, we'll see if this breaks out into anything big. So, we'll move our armies to the far eastern part of our border. So we've been sitting here keeping an eye on these separatist oblasts, and Belarus has made the decision to leave CSTO, or they got kicked out or something. There is a democratic presence growing, but we've got a massive opportunity here that we really can't afford to lose to go and attack them. Oh, it's because, oh, they've gone Western. That's what's happened. It wasn't Belarus, it was them. Oh, okay. And, oh, yeah, so I guess, like, Georgia and South Abkhazia. Okay, so they've voted him out, I guess. So that's why they got kicked out of the faction, because they flipped. It was that way around, not the other way. Okay, well, anyway, we can bring the forests of Belarus back under Polish control. Alright, we're going to be able to push from a multitude of directions here to take Minsk as the Poles are coming back to Minsk. Alright. Let's move everyone over. So I wonder when they flipped, gotten rid of the president, the separatist states in the Far East there were like, yeah, we're not going to get backed here. Our energy consumption is a bit terrible. I do want to try and push this up if we can. We just need to start building really good infrastructure. We don't have the best track record of renewables in the Far East, as it were. Okay, so there are a lot of territory on that Baltic border, but not so much in the south. Alright, let's declare war upon Belarus and liberate their people against Poroshenko. Alright, let's move on in. Distracting them in the north, more or less. And I think I might just annex all of this territory, to be honest. I'm pretty sure Minsk was controlled by the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. Yeah, they must have. Definitely at some point. Can I request more forces? I can get one. So what do they got? A Blackwater light unit. Yeah, they tend to do that. I don't mind having our units operate with American equipment, especially those javelins. Alright, Minsk is about to fall. And we are well and truly up on that border. They actually changed their flag slightly as well, which is interesting. Let's move here. Nice. Only lost 110 to their 6k. A glorious victory once again from the Polish MOD, the Ministry of Defense, and we can just straight up annex all of it. Nice. Very nicely gone. Oh my god. Look at this greater Poland. Poland strong. Poland super state. It looks sick. It looks bloated ass. But it's a dominating, conquering power now. Alright. Well, maybe we go after a major faction now. And I'm thinking we've been struggling with our energy infrastructure, and I'm eyeing off those wind farms over the border. I think it's time to go against Germany and do a reverse surprise attack. Let's get vengeance on them from 1939. Right, let's head on over. We should be strong enough to go up against a state like Germany, but we've got to be careful because they can get backed and guaranteed as well. I think technically Britain is probably the only nation guaranteeing our independence. But if we can annex parts of Eastern Germany and then probably puppet the rest, we're going to be in a good position. As like I said, the main objective is to build a big coalition. Ultimately, build a big alliance to then start going after some of the bigger players in this world. So this is going to be a real test for us. Hopefully we can get over the line. Our army definitely has the experience. Oh wow, they're actually at war with China. That happened in the last campaign, surprisingly. That Germany guarantees the independence of Macau and Hong Kong, I think. Alright. Yeah, we probably definitely have... Well, if they're at war, we might actually just be able to roll on in. Like, incredibly easily. If they're... Yeah, I don't know why they're... It's annoying when they're at war with a faction so far away. They might have some base somewhere where they're housing troops. I don't know. Fuel's going to be a bit of an issue, as the United States is full-on refusing, but Russia seems more than happy to comply. Well, I wish they would dissolve CSTO, because they might join our faction. Alright, so they guaranteed the independence of Taiwan, so they're at war with China. So maybe a lot of their stuff is in the Far East, because they've got 17 to 44. If we don't see those units there on that border quickly... Wait, the Russians want to send divisions? How many? 4? So, Poland, you're going to try and conquer Berlin again? Yes. Oh, we want in. Okay. So, okay, we can kind of see in the west that they're starting to move units back. We can't get them involved, can we? No, they won't join, I'm afraid. Oh, wow. So this is actually quite big. So it's actually Japan, the States, and Germany at war with China. Oh, wow. All three of them guaranteed the independence. What's happening over there, then? That's kind of whack. Or maybe I don't want to be at war with the Americans. If China wasn't emerging, we could have brought them in. Oh, wow. So they're actually full on in the east. So, as you can see here, that's why they've got no units on this border. It's going to take quite some time to bring them back. They are moving units over here now, though, as you can see. But look at this. We are just flooding into southern and eastern Germany. 4 expedition divisions are arriving. And we might be able to just straight up puppet the majority of these guys. Berlin has fallen to the Poles. Okay. Yeah, here they come. Lost 500, they're 17. So now things are starting to slow down, but they're just not going to have any organization. We might be able to capitulate them before the German army comes back. The Bundestag is falling. Düsseldorf, yeah, that's it, they're gone. Wow, that was incredibly fortunate. We had a harder time in Ukraine than in Germany. A far technology superior faction. It's just because they were there. They didn't have to come back. Wow. Okay, that worked. I guess I want to call this fully for myself. Is that too much? I kind of want it. I kind of want to control it. I want all those juicy factories. And then like in the south here, because we don't want to fully annex Germany. Having them as a puppet is still useful. Oh no, I don't think I want Bavaria as a state. That hasn't really seemed to help. I think we just want Germany. We'll take their navy though, as we've landlocked them. Nice. We do want them to be able to create some army. We're going to be able to take 27 ships. Yikes. Got 50 ships now. We didn't really even engage in the Baltic Sea. Okay. And let's now make sure we're going 5 military factories for each. We're also stealing a bunch of equipment and material. Probably go with convoys now there. We've got those Hamburg production facilities. Nice. So the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth has well and truly grown. Germany has capitulated. We can buff up the corporate tax now, as we've taken Germany's sector. And where do we go now? I think we can probably go after France. Bringing them in might be a smart play. We could even go into Scandinavia potentially. We do have a land bridge to Denmark. But I think going after the French while we're here wouldn't be a bad idea. We're already on the border. The Maginot Line has been well and truly dismantled. And Emmanuel Macron won't know what hit him. What is this? Germans and Poles on the border? Okay, let's make sure we get our fuel stockpile back up a bit. We're starting to get to a point where we're just getting embargoed by everyone. So we need to conquer and core a lot of this territory. Right, let's move the Air Force down. I didn't see how well the Polish Air Force did in Germany. I think I was just focusing more on divisions. Oh, wow. Wait, what? Oh. They're actually moving them back. That's interesting. I was like, where did those divisions come from? Oh, they were in the Far East. Yeah, look at them come. They must have come in... Wait, Georgia's at war? What are they doing? They're making their own faction? Yeah, so Germany has 3 troops on the Donetsk border. I don't know why. Ah. So that's where a lot of their divisions were, yeah. We were so fortunate. There definitely wasn't 20... Maybe at one stage towards the end. but definitely not the 40 they could have potentially had. Okay, well, we're ready to go against France, I suppose. We start the next episode, the exact same time tomorrow, with the war with France. So, unfortunately, on that note, it's time to wrap things up here. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed episode 1 of my Hearts of Iron 4 Millennium Dawn Modern Day Mod version 1.9 Polish series. Stay tuned for episode 2, coming out at the exact same time tomorrow. Like and subscribe, all that good stuff. My name has been Simpzy. Make sure to take care of yourselves. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much.